My expectations for Donbrothers were very, very low for multiple reasons. For one, Zenkaiger pretty much ruined any hype I had for newer Sentai stuff, and when I heard Donbrothers was gonna be another show with a totally out there premise, I wasn't very excited for it. I was also pretty scared finding out that the man of controversial shows himself, Toshiki Inoue, was going to be the head writer for the show. Sure, I did enjoy Fives when I watched it, but so many of his other shows and movies he's worked on have such an either bad or highly controversial overall opinion attached to them. I didn't have the highest hopes for the show. Also, I want to actively burn the first and the next, but that's for another video. And probably the thing that made me excited for Donbrothers the least was the fact that Kiji Brother and Inu Brother would be entirely CGI. And I think everyone had the same exact opinion on this when it was first revealed. Now, I have come to inform you that all of these complaints, to me, are no longer valid. Even the CGI Rangers, which I'm still not 100% sold on yet, are really starting to grow on me, and don't look as bad as they did when they were first revealed in the trailers. I know we're only 5 episodes into Donbrothers as of now, but I would not hesitate to call this show a masterpiece. I know that could easily change as the show goes on, but never before have I immediately loved a show like I did Donbrothers. Even stuff like Den-O and Shinkenger, my 2 favorite toku of all time, took some time to grow on me as they went on. This show is shaping up to take Shinkenger's spot for my number 1 favorite toku, and that's not easy to pull off. One thing I love about this show so far is how genius its writing is. You don't understand what I mean? Well, even from the very beginning of episode 1, you can tell that this is a different sort of show than usual. The first episode focuses more on Haruko than Taro, like you would expect. In fact, we don't even get introduced to all of the team from episode 1. Only Taro, Haruka, and Kijino are in the episode, and Kijino is only untransformed for a few seconds. But these first few episodes, with the exception of episode 4, highly focus on Haruka and how she finds out about all these things. We get introduced to these characters as she does and gets to know them. But that's not all. We also have the Donbrothers meet each other pretty often throughout the episodes, but besides a few exceptions, none of them know the identities of the other Donbrothers. Haruka knows that Taro is Don Momotaro and that Saruhara is Saru Brother, and then Saruhara knows about Taro and Haruka. Other than that, they're completely in the dark as to who their teammates are. This show has Toshiki Inoue written all over it. I got huge Fives vibes watching this just because of how many of the shows use these ideas. Have characters with secret identities meet each other and then become friends but don't know about each other's identities? Done in Fives. Starting off the show focusing on a secondary character over the main character? Done in Nagito. Only having red, yellow, and pink show up to fight in the first episode? Done in Jetman. Wait, that one's a bit specific. Do you think they did that on purpose? Another great thing about Donbrothers' writing is how every episode connects. And it's not just the ending leading into the beginning of the next. Episode 4 is pretty much a necessity to watch in order to understand what happens in episode 5, despite seeming very much like a filler episode at first glance, since episode 4 is where Kijino first meets Taro, which is brought up later in episode 5. And also, while I could be wrong on this, I believe this is the longest that a Sentai team has gone without knowing each other's identities. The closest we got was Kyoryuger, where they all knew each other by episode 4. But the writing isn't the only great thing about Donbrothers. The characters are also great. Sure, there's still a lot about these characters we still don't know yet, but let's be honest, this isn't a new age show. We're not going to know anything about these characters until like episode 33. Taro is such a nice change of pace from the usual hyper and excited Reds, at least out of suit. The last time this happened was with Kairi back in Loop Hat, but then we also had Keiichiro, so it didn't really help there. Then we have the true main character of Donbrothers, Haruka. She doesn't really have much to her other than being your typical main character, but regardless, she still has some great moments and basically moves the show forward. Saruhara is probably the least fleshed out character so far, and that's because he's only been a main part of the show since episode 3. So he hasn't gotten as much time to shine as the others have. Now we get to my favorite character, Kijino. He's just so fun to watch on screen because, well, he's just a normal guy. He's not a famous manga artist, he's not some super smart poet, he's not a wanted fugitive, he's just a normal guy caught up in all this stuff. Then there's Inuzuka. Okay, maybe not everything about this show is great. I'm just not a fan of the emo guy personality they've got going for him right now. It gives me flashbacks to Emo Kento. Oh god, Emo Kento. Why'd I have to bring that up? One of the things I'm the most confused about is Zenkaiser Black. I thought his involvement was cool in episode 1 with him needing to summon Jiren to form Don Zenkaio, but he hasn't shown up since then. Now at first I was thinking, oh well, he's probably just summoning the mech off screen. But then Taro just summons Don Zenkaio with his own gear, so like, what's the deal with that? Did they just get tired of the idea of Zenkaiser Black or something? Now that's going to be the end of this video for now. I don't want to say too much here because I'm going to save that for my final series review of the show, and I also want to get back to X8, so this is where we'll depart for now. Now I need to buy some Donbrothers stuff.